All right, welcome to Talking MACtion. I got a dog licking my hand right now. I'm Dominic Clary here with Ryan Struhar. Ryan, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty all right. This was a very, I would say, kind of a minus the two night games that I watched this week for college football were pretty good, but the day games were kind of eh. I mean, you had a pretty good game in Baylor and Utah, but all the other games were kind of meh. And you had some pretty good max wins this week, but overall, I think it was a pretty week. I think the week that really the season, in my opinion, really gets going is when conference play begins, but we still got a couple weeks for that. But how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm getting ready for the backyard brawl. I'm excited for
Uh,
that.
oh yeah,
Yeah, the greatest rivalry in college football. Um,
Penn State.
no, Pitt, West Virginia,
That would
baby.
have been my guess. I was like, wait, what?
No, so Pitt has four rivals. It's the backyard brawl, Pitt and West Virginia. The River City rivalry, which they just lost to Cincinnati 27
hmm
to 21. They stunk. The Keystone State rivalry, and then whatever you want to call Pitt and Syracuse.
I don't know. What do you want to call that? Oh, wait, because
I
that's like
I
that's like a recent thing too, isn't it?
like the 2000s, late 90s to now. It, it,
Okay.
it was it was middle of the pack Big East teams, and
hmm
now a middle to upper pack ACC team and one of the worst teams in the ACC. So it's a really weird. It's really weird, but we can get in that a little later. But what we do have to talk about is some stinkers of some MAC games this past weekend.
Yikes.
Some good ones,
Some good
maybe
ones.
stinkers. Yeah, Georgia and Ball State.
Um, Complete opposite of. I remember last week I was trying to convince ourselves, being like, last time they played in Mac school, they kind of struggled. I think we all kind of knew that this time it was going to be a little different.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
this game, I don't think like. I wonder how many people minus Georgia fans and maybe a couple of Ball State students here and there actually watch this game. Like, we don't have any Ball State interns, do we? We don't, right? Because we don't reach all the way out to Illinois or wherever the hell they're at.
we will one
Indiana,
day.
where?
We will
Yeah.
one day.
Yeah. So I didn't watch any of this game. I was score watching it in 45 to 3. Kind of sounds of about how we all figured it would go. But I think I was trying to talk myself into it, like it could be maybe like semi 30-point close-ish. Maybe not as bad, but
You can see the dog in the background there.
Yep, look at the dog. We got a cameo appearance by
Josie,
Dom's
stop
dog.
licking the blanket. That's not my dog. It's my housemate's dog. I
There you
just
go.
let her out of her cage when I come home. Hey, will you get down? It's horrible content. This is bad. This is show, but it's bad show. No, she's just sitting there. All right, that's good. All
We
right.
got a cameo.
Yeah, this
Got
yeah,
us. We were talking
cameo.
about the Bulldogs. There's a dog behind you.
Yeah, whatever type of dog she is. If you see her destroying something, let me know. Okay.
All
Um,
right.
yeah, I don't have much to say about this. It's a pretty bad matchup. When you set this on your schedule, you're just seeing dollar signs. You're not seeing
New
any
uniforms for the cross
truth.
country team is how I would describe it. That's always my go-to joke. It's new uniforms for the cross country team because that's a sport I played in high school, and this is what the money goes for the athletic department. So, cross country team gets new uniforms. Good for them.
Yeah. Uh, Central Michigan, New Hampshire. So Central Michigan almost lost. They
Uh huh.
won, I think, on a game-winning field goal, if I stand correct. Let's see. Yeah, yes, 47-yard field goal. Tristan Matson hit it. It was a 13 play drive, 43 yards for the field goal. He hit that with no time remaining. So, hey, you know what they say, Ryan? A win is
A
a win
win's a
is a
win.
win is a win. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh boy. I mean, does that give you? I mean, they're gonna get pounced this week. I mean, that you're going to this game. Is this a game you're going to, by the way?
we'll talk about
I,
it here
okay.
in a minute. Yeah.
They're gonna get pounced this week.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll let's not talk bad about the MAC school as they head into Irish territory, okay?
Oh yeah.
Um by the way, they can compete against this team every year. I don't know why is always built to upset people, but it's really weird. Bowling Green they beat East Illinois 38 15. And I'll tell you what, that's not the only directional Illinois school we'll be talking about. There's two more.
hmm
Which that game. Ugh. But yeah, Bowling Green 38-15. I wasn't able to watch this game. We have a write up on it. Noah Keeney wrote it up. So yeah. So if you want to read about that game, that's on our website. I don't
I
have
didn't get
much
to
to
watch this
say
game.
about it. Yeah, I didn't have
I
much
didn't
to
get
say
to,
about it. I mean,
is
it's
it
an
was
FCS team. They won.
what
That's what you're
was it
supposed to
on
do.
was it on ESPN Plus? Was this game I'm assuming this game was on ESPN Plus, right?
It had to have been. Yeah, I can't imagine it
Yeah, I
was
didn't get to
anything
see.
else.
I was watching the Ohio State game, and I was also watching the Utah Baylor game in the 12 o'clock slot when this game probably would have been on. So I didn't get to see any of it, but figured Bowling Green
Uh,
would win.
Basilak or whatever. I can't say his name. I need a pronunciation guide on him. I mean 23. Yeah, 23, 28. 319 passing yards, 3 TDs. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do against the score. I mean, they needed it after that tough loss against Liberty. They
They
needed a
should be
lot
two
that
and they
win
could I
here.
mean they should be 2-0 right now, which I mean, if your goal for some of these mass goals is just to get to a bowl game, they'd be 4 wins away, which is I mean, it
Yeah,
should be 2-0.
yeah. Here's the thing, though. You're Bowling Green, so you're gonna lose games you're supposed to win. That's
Mm-hmm.
they're Bowling Green. I mean, and this isn't the Bowling Green that was winning the MAC East. It seemed every year in the early
Early
2000s.
2010s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
early 2010s is what I meant to say. This is a Bowling Green team that's struggling to get 6 wins. So you need to win this game. We'll look at what they have next week. Syracuse slaughtered Western Michigan. They put 7 on the board. That's really all you can say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I this is Syracuse team that's middle of the pack sometimes in the ACC, so that's a hard team to beat. Playing in the what's their was it the Sky Dome? What's their arena called? Is the Sky Dome?
Syracuse's
Yeah, it's something
I thought the
weird.
Sky Dome was their basketball arena. I'm not sure. I don't keep up with
It
Syracuse
it it, it
sports.
well no, that's what it is. It's oh they call it the Wireless Dome now.
Oh, good for them,
Yeah,
I
but it's
guess.
just I think the Sky Dome. You know that's where they play basketball too. They cut it off.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's I hate it. I hate Syracuse.
I'll
How
have to
that's
look
their
at
gym.
this next year when I start playing my college football game. We're gonna have to study their football stadium.
Dude, I that by the way, we'll play a game with that later. Um, so Miami, Ohio, after rain delays all night long, they finally are able to play UMass after all the thunderstorms that we had. 41-28. It started. Miami scores. Then we have a delay for like 2 hours. It was exhausting.
What
Oh,
time did this game actually end?
don't know. I what time did this say is supposed to start?
What time did this game
Um,
even end? Oh, the write-up article. This was at 1:18 a.m. Wow. I'm assuming that's for ESPN's recap. I don't know if that's legit in that place.
it ended late. It
There's not
started after Akron's game. Akron started at 6, if that
Yikes.
helps.
And also looking at these pictures of that UMass crowd, there is not a single soul
It
in
was
that
supposed to
stadium.
start at 1, I thought, wasn't it?
I don't know. There's not a single soul there. They're probably all busy at the bars, but there is not a single soul of a fan at that game.
Yeah, I feel bad for UMass. That program's just gone through it all.
And they're this lost to a Mac school. So I'll take that. The real Miami.
The real Miami's in Oxford. Well, now we're going to talk about the real Illinois. Southern Illinois beats Northern Illinois in an embarrassing 14-11 game. They beat Boston College and then they lose to Southern Illinois. So I do with
I
that
don't know.
with what you
I
will.
I don't know what to make of what to make of them at all. Like was 2021 that was the fluke. That year was the fluke year for them, wasn't it? Like
That's the year they
and
won the MAC.
yeah, that like you I thought last year they were going to be pretty good minus all the injuries they had. And this year I didn't think they were going to be as good as what I thought they were going to be last year, but I mean, to lose to Southern Illinois 14-11, it's just like, what are you guys gonna be this year? 4-8 or something? That's probably where I see them finishing at. But I don't know. They're not good. And they face Nebraska this week, so they're gonna lose this
Well,
week too. But we'll get into that later.
so maybe I don't know. Nebraska's not very good. So Toledo,
Mm-hmm.
they were up 60-3 at halftime. They ended the score at 71-3. So this is the most points I think they've scored in a half ever. DeQuan Finn was absurd. I can't believe they played who they played. DeQuan Finn had 3 touchdowns off of 16 completions.
Wow.
He was 16 for 17 with 238 yards. He played one
And 3
half.
touchdown passes.
He played one half. Hey,
Yikes.
that's that. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that. It isn't. I understand it's an FCS school, and an FCS school neither of us have heard before. And I'm sure
Yeah.
Texas Southern has a decent program for what it's worth. But wow, did they slaughter? They looked like a Big Ten school.
I told you, I'm telling you, they have more talent than the Illinois team. And I saw that by watching Illinois' body language. Anytime they had like a big third down stop against them or whatever in week one. And it just looked like and felt like they think that they're out talented here. And I'm telling you what, I mean, 71-3. I mean, Ohio State couldn't
The
even do that
dog's
against
tearing something up. You keep talking, I'll be
I
back.
Ohio State couldn't even do that against Youngstown State, where you score 71 points. I'm telling you right now, as far as I'm concerned, Toledo, I'm not, I know this is really early and injuries could potentially happen, but I'm just saying, right as of right now, this looks like this is their MAC to win. And I mean, 71 points, 3 touchdown passes in the first half alone. I'm telling you right now, Toledo is going to win. Toledo's going to win the MAC this year. That's my theory right
Did you
now.
just go on a tangent?
I did. They're winning this year because Ohio State couldn't even do that against Youngstown State. I mean,
Different.
I don't care if it's different.
I think Youngstown State might be a better FCS team than Southern Illinois is.
I'm just saying, Toledo.
Hey, don't doubt my Gwens, baby. Go YSU.
Toledo should be 2-0 as well, and they're more talented than the bottom teams of the Big Ten. Like
they might beat Rutgers by double digits.
I know if this is saying like no Big Ten school will ever play a MAC school in there ever. The last time I think that ever happened in football, I don't even know. I know it happened in basketball back in the 90s. So my dad never stops talking about that one time Bowling Green beat Michigan State in Bowling Green. But I'm telling you right now, if they were to face Toledo was going to play Illinois in Toledo by double digits. And I think it's a tragedy they lost that game to begin with on the road, but that's whatever. Now, if they were to go up against Ohio State, they could crush. But the bottom tier Big Ten schools, they could have their way with them. Rutgers, Maryland, Illinois, Penn State, Michigan.
Maryland usually has a decent squad.
Yeah, but if they were to go up against like Ohio State, Michigan, or Penn State, or even Wisconsin, we just saw Buffalo play Wisconsin. They wouldn't have a chance. But
Penn
bottom
State
tier
looks good.
Yeah, Penn State's gonna be good this year.
All right, let's go to your boys that were
yikes.
playing in Arkansas. Anything here other than the fact they were winning at one point?
Well, I saw your tweet saying stop the score when it was 3-0.
Stop the count. By the way, that is one of my favorite memes.
Stop the count.
For those that don't know what it comes from Donald Trump during the election. This is a political thing, but he at the end of that first day, they were still counting votes. He tweeted out, "Stop the counts." So I like it when like the Knicks are like winning in a playoff series, like they get a lead and stop the count. It's a great
it's a funny quote. It's funny. Doesn't matter if you like him or not, but that's what's at the point. I think that they played a good half. I actually offensively, I thought for the first half they played better than Arkansas. They actually had, I think they led this obviously stat doesn't mean anything, but they led time of possession, which was pretty impressive. And the one thing that I want to say, we're 2 games in and they had yet to score a touchdown. Which I mean, they're going to score touchdowns this week because I mean, they're going to win this week, but it's just, I mean, it's sobering to see all this stuff, especially after the last few years where they're pretty good. They hung in there for a half. Again, they played the last 2 SEC schools they played, Georgia and Arkansas. Now, granted, these are 2 very different teams this year and last year's, but they played pretty okay for a half. I mean, they made it competitive enough to where I wanted to watch it. Like going into the game, I was like, oh, I don't want to watch this, especially after the end of Utah and Baylor, where I was like, this is quality college football right here. And I was like, I don't want to watch Kent State play. I got to be honest. And if I wasn't working with Keon Sports, I probably wouldn't have watched the game, being honest. But since I do, I have an obligation. I watched it and I just said, they kept it for a half, and I was like, there was always those penalties that would stop something, or there was a costly pick six thrown. And if it wasn't for that pick six going into the half, I think it would have been like 7-3 or something. Like Arkansas their offense wasn't exactly beating Kent State's defense whatsoever. It was just that Kent State's offense is so bad right now and so out of sync, and especially since they're playing SEC schools. They're playing who do they play week 1? UCF. I mean, they're playing these big schools. Their offense just looks so out of sync, especially when they announced their starter not even a month. I mean, they didn't even know who their starter was a month ago. So
When was the Mac Media Day? The 20th of July, and they didn't know.
they didn't
I mean,
know.
camp was just about to start. They all their summer stuff ended. They had no
Well, and no,
idea.
when did I get the alert that the
It
Alamo
was
or
the
whatever?
week of the season. It was when the depth
Yeah,
chart came out.
and it's just their offense is out of sync. And again, I'm not. You said you're not judging that anything they do until next year. I just
They can
want.
lose every game by 20. I ain't gonna judge them. Listen, Kenny Burns. I think we both like him.
He's a good dude. Good dude.
I want to talk to him next year a little bit more because he seemed a little out of it in the sense where I think he could totally stressed.
You
This is a
know,
hard job to take over
and
for your first head coaching job.
especially after seeing how Coach Lewis is doing in Colorado. I mean, there's some. I mean, Coach Lewis might be. I don't know who was a coach when Nick Saban was coaching Kent State, or maybe like he might be the top 3, top 2 Kent State coaches of all time for football. Like
Wait, who?
Coach
What
Sean
did
Lewis, Lewis
I?
top 3, top 2. I wasn't didn't Lou Holtz coach at Kent State at one point, or am I making that up? And I don't know who.
He came out of Kent State. I don't know if he was a head coach.
And I don't know who coached Nick Saban back in the 70s because they won a MAC championship back in the 70s, but it's them too because he won a bowl game. So he's filling some pretty big shoes. And when did he get announced as a head coach? Way back when in November. And they had his introductory press conference in the freaking architecture building, which was really weird. But it's just it looks like he's a little bit out of his depth here, I think. But I do think I like him as a person. I just don't know how long he's going to last at Kent State. Like,
I hope he lasts long.
I
I
mean,
like him a lot. Randall's going to give him the AD is going to give him
a
a few
few
years.
seasons.
He's
I
given 3
mean,
or 4 seasons. He knows there's no listen. I understand the transfer portal, all that stuff,
transfer portal, yeah.
but you're going to lose a lot of people, and you're going to gain a lot of people. I mean, this is a program that's going to have someone that's going to have a really good year and leave. I mean, look what happened last year. They probably had one of the most talented offenses in the MAC, despite their record, and everyone left. Everyone,
they were
everyone.
They were 5-7, and their head coach teams up with Dion.
And now the
Like,
offense looks great for the most part, other than the Nebraska game, but the first half of it. But like,
the Colorado story is taking the college football world taking it by storm so much that College Game Day is going to be there for the first time since 1996 this Saturday. I mean, and then Cephas went to Penn State, Walker went to North Carolina, and I didn't let him play this year, which is just want to say that's stupid. I don't know why, but he's not playing
what?
this year.
He's
Did you
not
hear?
playing?
Look up the Devontae Walker. He's not playing this year. Something ruling came down where he can't play this year, which is
Oh, that
stupid.
was him.
That
I
was
didn't
him.
realize that.
Yes, that was him, which is stupid. I think that's ridiculous. And then freaking your quarterback, who by the way, last year I don't think Colin Schlee even looked that good last year. But he
I
plays
like
for
him.
UCLA now. No, that Ohio game. Were you? You weren't at that Ohio game, were you? You're at the Akron game.
No.
He was
Yeah.
fumbling the ball left and right against OU, and I'm like, the fact that he transferred and left, I'm like, just because Lewis recruited him probably, and I don't know. This year, like I said, you're not judging anything until next year. I'm not really going to get any feel for this team until MAC play begins. They're going to win this week, and then the week after that, I don't know who they're playing. Probably another big school, and they're going to get pounced. And they're going to be 1-3, which is the same record they were last year after 4. But they were also playing Oklahoma, Georgia. I forget who they played last year after they played Long Island. It might have been another bigger school. But yeah, they're going to be 2-10 this year, 1-11. But I hope that this. I mean, it's going to be bad for a while, and it's funny to me. They also brought in Rob Senderoff to talk to the team, which I'm like, there's a head coach right there for Kent State is Rob Senderoff. They brought him there to talk to the team to kind of like, hey, this is how you win, and it ain't gonna translate. But yeah, you trying to look up the Walker story right now or something?
Yeah. I'll figure it out. It's all just all these videos. I'll figure this out. All right. Ohio FAU. Good one for Ohio. 17 to 10. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was not surprised by this, but I was happy to see it. A
Are you
lot of
surprised
people
they
had
didn't score more
FAU
points?
winning.
You surprised they didn't score more points?
No, FAU is a decent squad. 17-10, enough to win.
17. I mean, I didn't get to watch this game. I mean, it was 27-10. No, wait, it was 17-10. That was last week. 17-10. Yeah. I kind of thought they would score more points, but they're 2-1, 4 more wins to bowl eligibility, and they're probably gonna get there. So unless barring another crazy injury. And maybe they face Kent State, they face NIU. They're going to get 2 wins right there, and then go from there. But yeah, good for OU.
And game of the year, Akron against Morgan State, which I didn't know this. I think Morgan State's an HBCU. I think they're in the MEAC, which is an HBCU school. Morgan State struggled the past few years, but they beat Richmond, which was a top ranked team in FCS. So Akron was another team they were looking to dethrone. That was let's say ranked higher than them. Yeah, Akron won on, let's just say, a miracle scoop and score.
Yeah,
They heave the ball in the end zone, and they can't do anything. Ball gets picked. They waste their 2 timeouts. Not waste, but they use their 2 timeouts. And then a miracle happens. The ball hits the turf, and a defender for Akron goes and takes it home. Akron wins. They get their first win of the season. Should have been their second. But the biggest story out of this is DJ Irons was subbed out. And when I asked Coach Moorhead about it, he said that DJ Irons was completely ineffective. Those are the words that he used. He was completely ineffective in our offense. Yes.
Yikes.
It's in my article. I can pull it up for you. But isn't that insane? Now,
that's again, a quote that you never hear a coach say. I hope they posted this press conference somewhere. I need to see. He seriously said that he was ineffective.
It's recorded. I have it on my phone too.
So you got to send that to me, because I also know like Kent State sometimes. There's this. They post press conferences after the games are over. I'm going to watch this. So you asked him the question, why wasn't he playing, and he told you that he was completely ineffective. Here's his post game right on YouTube. I found it. I could watch it later.
We were ineffective with DJ, said Moorhead about a starting QB. He continued about Undercuffler. He provided a spark. You can't turn the ball over 3 times, right? So he said he provided a spark, went with the hot hand, right? I obviously condensed the quote, but Jeff Undercuffler threw 3 interceptions. DJ Irons now here's the problem with Irons, right? He gets sacked, goes again, gets sacked again. They had like a 3rd and 40 at one point because he kept running backwards. Here's the difference between him and Undercuffler. Irons will try to run if he feels the pocket condenses at all. At all. He has no feel for the pocket. None. He'll be good in the first half, but as soon as he gets sacked once, he's happy feet. He's all over the place. But
because he has the ability to do it though.
Throw the ball, but he just does it too soon. Undercuffler will throw the ball in the triple coverage without even thinking twice about it. Oh God, dude, Ryan, you could be running at him and he would just heave it into the air and hope someone's there. It's the quarterback situation is going to cost Akron this year, and I don't think either of us saw that coming.
You were the one who was the highest on Irons the most.
I like Irons.
I think he's good too. I mean, I'm pretty sure he played last year's wagon wheel game, and he looked good. And, I thought you were going to say the biggest story coming out of this game was also the turnover tire that has been sweeping the nation by storm. In this college ESPN College Football posted about it, that everyone now has a turnover chain. I think Miami started that. The U started that.
They did. Now, my favorite part about that is when that 2017 team lost. Pitt was the team that beat them, and they had a U shirts that said it was like the it was like some play on the U, and it was a U that was upside down. They had like a panther chain. It was great. But go ahead.
Yeah, but like I thought that you're gonna say that was the biggest story of the game, because that was taking Twitter by storm, or I guess X now, whatever the hell Elon Musk wants to call it. But was a turnover tire, and this turnover thing to me is getting kind of crazy. It's like now Colorado has a turnover thrown and Akron has tires. And for people who don't know why it's tires, it's because of the rubber stuff and
Rubber City, baby.
Yeah.
The rubber bull is back.
There you go. And I'm just like, the turnover, it looks stupid, but you know what? I like it. The only thing I feel kind of bad for was that there was like no one. I mean, how was the crowd on Saturday? There was no one there, right?
They said it was 8,000 people. I don't think it was 8,000 people. I mean, there's more people at a Baldwin Wallace football game.
I mean, it's a Saturday night in a college town, and probably everyone was probably at the bars.
Don't blame the students. The students showed up for the first half. Now, again, as the game went on, they dwindled. But
that's what.
But give the students credit. Here's the problem: That stadium's too big. Listen,
It's the nicest stadium in the conference.
If you maybe
You don't think so?
it's up there next to the Glass Bowl.
Oh, I haven't been there, obviously.
The Glass Bowl has a charm to it because the Glass Bowl feels like a
college stadium.
Like a good max stadium. It has a charm to it. It's you go and you see all the tailgaters when you walk to the lot. But Akron, it kind of seems like it almost feels like they're playing in a stadium that they're sharing. That makes sense.
Okay.
It doesn't feel like it's their stadium. I know that sounds weird, but it's the same feeling I get when I go to watch Pitt play.
Okay.
The same feeling.
I also was going to say PG has a pretty good stadium too. The Dwight is nice, but I think Akron's is
Dwight is nice. I will say, I hate the elevator situation there. It is it is a tube. Like it is. So like when you walk to go, there's a little area like it's an elevator lobby, but it's in the middle of the concourse, and it's just this metal tube of like the elevator. It goes straight up, and then it goes into the press box.
Also, I know this is off topic real quick. This is off topic. My parents might be going to a BG game sometime in October. If I'm going, I want to apply for credentials for that game. I'll do a BG article. I don't care.
That's fine. You can do a BG article.
I want to experience this. I never got to cover BG football when I was there, and
I'll give you my BG shirt if you want it. It'll be like 3 sizes too big. But yeah.
You know what?
I kind of can wear it
because give me someone's the email. They'd know who we are obviously because of you. So
yeah,
I want to do it. I want to do
it. We'll make sure you have everything so you can apply.
There you go. I'm excited for that. But yeah, okay. Any more games for this week?
Let's go through these quick. Fordham beats Buffalo 40-37. It's an embarrassing loss. They were winning most of the game, and Fordham kind of undercut them and won. It was a surprising game.
Yeah, that's a little shocking. Are pushing the panic button yet, you think, for Buffalo?
No, my voice got high up because I don't know. Listen, they went 0-3 last year and they won 6 games. They won like a 5-game winning streak and they lost 3 in a row again. This team went on 2-3 game losing streaks and they still won 6 games.
You can't bank on that every year though. You can't bank.
No, you can't. Who do they play? We'll focus on who they play next year in a little bit. Eastern Michigan and Minnesota 25-6. I got nothing. Okay. Yeah, I mean it's a Big Ten school. It's was it PJ Fleck? Is that the coach? Western Michigan's former coach?
I think so.
Yeah, row the boats, baby. Yeah, it's Minnesota. That they win games like that. They don't lose games like that. They won't win a lot of Big Ten games, but they'll win that game.
They'll win those.
Buffalo does have a decent challenge. It's a team that beat Bowling Green.
Liberty.
Buffalo plays Liberty.
Yikes.
Going into week 3.
Wow,
Buffalo needs to win. I'm picking Buffalo. Buffalo needs to win.
I'm not. When we get into our pick segment, I don't know if I'm picking Buffalo.
You are or aren't?
I don't think I'm going to.
Well, who do you pick? Are you picking Liberty?
Did you see the line? The line's pretty big.
It's 3.5.
I thought it was. Oh my god! I've been up all day. I worked all day. I thought it was 30 for a second.
You're tripping, man.
Yeah, I had to do an 8-hour training class on some weird health system today that I just want to forget about. So, yeah.
Well, you better not forget about it. If they're training you on it, you need to retain it.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, I know. I will. It's just it's not the journalism stuff that I want yet, but that's okay. It's a lot of stuff to process in the first couple of weeks, but that's okay. I thought for a second that's a 30. I am tripping.
No. Iowa State and Ohio. I think Ohio for work is feeling fine.
Are we picking games right now too? Are we starting the pick segment?
Yeah, we're talking about next week.
Okay, good. So wait, I didn't pick someone for Buffalo Liberty. I guess I picked Liberty then, if that's what we're starting with.
It's been a long day for you, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Iowa State and Ohio.
Okay.
The line is 3. I'm going Ohio's going to win this football game. Is this at Ohio?
It is at Ohio.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to pick OU to win this game. The line has Iowa State favored by 3. OU is going to win outright, I think. I mean,
I'm with you.
the game's at if game's in. Oh, I think
It's in
Ohio's going to
Ohio.
win. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna.
yeah. Kent State and Central Connecticut, the game of the year for Kent.
This is the one time that I could actually pick Kent State, and it's probably the one time I will pick Kent State. So I could say go Flashes. Kent State's gonna win. This is going. This game might actually be a little closer than people expect. I don't know what the line is. I don't even know if there is a line for this game. If it's like 30 something, I'm going to say if the line for this game was like 30 points, I'm telling you right now, I would pick Central Connecticut to cover, which is weird, just because I don't think Kent State's going to score. Like I remember when the last couple of years, Kent State's home opener was against VMI. Because I posted the picture on my Snapchat. It was
I thought
20.
you were gonna say Vietnam. I'm like,
No,
what
it was
is he talking?
VMI, and it was 22-0 at the end of the first quarter. Like at the end of the first quarter last year against Long Island, it was like the same thing. This year, I don't think that's gonna happen. There's not even a line for this game because no one. I mean, Kent
It's just
State.
not out yet. It'll be out.
Kent State's gonna win, but if people think it's gonna be a blowout, I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. Like I don't know, but Kent State's gonna win.
Uh, Eastern Michigan beats UMass. That's what I got.
I'm gonna agree with you.
Okay.
I don't like you, man.
No one does. All right. Ball State. They take on the house that Larry Bird built.
Indiana
Indiana
State.
State. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's the team my dad would always pick on NCAA basketball.
That's a. I'm gonna pick ball. I'm gonna pick Ball State.
Over the Sycamores.
Yeah, I don't know anything about. I couldn't name you one Indiana State player. The only Indiana State alumni I can name you is Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who left Indiana in the middle of school year, which is so funny to me. All right, Notre Dame. They host our very own Central Michigan, and they host me as well.
Notre Dame's gonna crush them. I already said it earlier.
Number 9 ranked team in the country, and funny enough, this isn't even the out of the 3 ranked teams that a MAC team's playing. This is the second best one, which is insane to me. But yeah, Notre Dame looks good, man. Central Michigan, we'll see what they can do. But the line is 34.5. Central Michigan's gonna cover. A little backdoor action.
You think so?
No, but that's what I'm picking. That's that. I think they might.
You almost talked me into it for a second there, just because like if they lose by 30, they cover.
I'm just saying. Last year, line was 28.5. They covered against Penn State. I made my cousin money. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. If they lose by 30, they cover. I might
Listen,
go with that.
When Central Michigan plays a Big Ten school, they cover every time. It's my bread and butter. Number 25, Iowa hosts our very own Western Michigan.
Iowa.
The line here is 28.5.
Western Michigan could cover.
Oh, they will. So Iowa has not scored over 21. What was it? 24 points yet. And for the offense coordinator to save his job, there's an incentive in his contract that he has to score over 24 points a game in order for him to. So right now he's under that. It needs to be the average. So he needs to score a lot here. So I was going to look to with Caden. Was it McNamara? I think his name is.
McNamara, the kid who transferred to Michigan. Yeah.
Yeah. You mean from Michigan, but yeah. Nebraska takes on Northern Illinois. The line is 11 and a half.
11 and a
so
half.
yeah, we could see NIU or the Huskies keep it close.
I don't think they're gonna. I don't think NIU is gonna cover. I think it might be a 14-point game. Nebraska wins.
All right, Cincinnati and Miami. We actually have someone credentialed for this,
Good for
but
them.
here's the problem.
Go to Cincinnati.
They told me that they're going back home to visit their mom for their birthday, and I still applied for credentials for them, so they can't go. And I still applied. It's my fault.
It's okay. I mean,
I feel so bad.
Since he's gonna win.
Yeah, you know what? I think Miami's going to keep it a little closer than you think. Cincinnati just got a big win over, emotional win over Pitt. Renewed the rivalry. It was a little. They were
watch that game in the CW. Did you know that, by the way, the ACC has games on the CW now, which is really weird. Like when I think of this, when I think of the CW, I think of like the Flash and Supernatural. Now we got football on there.
Well, I think of the CW, I think of really bad CGI. We both got Cincinnati. Toledo and San Jose State. Toledo wins.
Toledo, yeah.
Michigan and Bowling Green. Michigan blows them out.
Yeah. I know a lot of people were like, "Whoa, Harbaugh's not coaching this game," but
Who cares?
who cares?
Who cares?
We got I have BG alumni all over me, and they were like, "Harbaugh's not coaching this game," and I'm like, "Doesn't
Can
matter."
can you hear the dog whining?
I was wondering if you could hear my dad cutting grass in the back. So if I can't, if you
I
couldn't hear
can't.
that, I
No, your dad can't cut. I don't hear him cutting grass
well
now.
then I can't hear your dog barking,
All right. She's not barking. Okay.
moaning,
She's
whining.
crying. Probably at hopefully the UPS man who has my package. I ordered a USC Texas Rose Bowl hat
That's
that was
cool.
supposed to be here Monday. It is not here.
Oh,
I
that's a
can't get
cool
an,
hat.
I can't get an update on it.
Oh,
I can't talk to anybody about it. It's just Ryan. We will talk about that later. But I am ready to start throwing hands.
that's a
I yelled at an automated helping thing today.
oh,
She's like, "How can I help you?" I'm like, "You can't help me. I want to talk to a human." They say, "Sorry, I need to know what your issue is first," and I hung up. Akron and Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Yeah,
What's the
Texas,
line? Do we know? Do we know what the line
25.
is? I think Kentucky covers probably 28. I
Yeah.
think they won by 28. I
So
gotta start sports betting. I
that
gotta start betting.
no, that's you don't have to bet. All right. So I alluded it to earlier. Thought about it today, but you reminded me. One here. Let me do something funny here. All right. This is what I got here. Little Larry Fitz action.
Yeah.
What athlete do you want to be on the cover of next year's game? We have 240 to talk about this.
Oh, people for some reason are putting Caleb Williams on there, and I'm like, he's gonna be graduated by then.
I
He's
hate
not
that.
gonna. It's not gonna be
Well, no,
him.
he'd be on the cover. It's a player from last year.
But we could do current though.
That is fair. So here's my thing. I think what they should do is they should go back.
Someone from Colorado, maybe.
Probably be Shadur. What they should do is they should get the Heisman finalists for every single season since they haven't been around and make a cover of every single finalist of every year, and you get to pick the cover.
Oh, that would be freaking cool. That would be
Because I want
wow.
Kenny Pickett on it. That's the only reason why I want that. I would buy it so quick.
Well, if that was the case, then Caleb Williams would be on there. Did there was no who I'm trying to think of. I can't. My mind is blanking on a lot of Heisman winners. I know CJ was a finalist. I know Justin was a finalist. Did Devontae Smith ever win one? Did he win one?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think that's the one I would
You
want.
want to know something crazy?
What's up?
So Jameis Winston would be an option.
Ooh, famous
Johnny
Jameis.
Manziel would be an
I thought
option.
Manziel was gone. Manziel he got drafted in 2014. I thought he was still in college when the game was out.
No, he was. So it was Jameis, but they played another year, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I or maybe Manziel did, but I know Winston did. Why am I slipping? He got drafted by the Titans, first pick overall.
Clowney.
No,
Clowney? Clowney didn't win a
not
Heisman.
that draft. Oregon guy.
I can't. Not Mariota, obviously. I don't know.
Mariota. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Drafted by I said Texans. I meant Titans.
Titans. Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's all the time we have, though. Make sure to follow along with us. Make sure to follow everything else that's going on the YouTube channel here at Keon Sports. Yeah, we'll be back here next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Ryan, thanks for joining. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for having me. Go Flashes.